Welcome to the Functional Skills English Level 2 training video. This video is part 3 of the Level 2 punctuation videos. So to learn more about commas, head over to part 1, or you can head over to part 2, which centres around the correct use of inverted commas, apostrophes and quotation marks. Again, this third part is all about the correct use of colons. Today's video links to the assessment criteria. Punctuate writing correctly using a wide range of punctuation markers. For example, colons, commas, inverted commas, apostrophes, and quotation marks. As you can see, we're specifically focusing on colons in this video. So let's look at those in a bit more detail. Let's look at what colons are used for. We use colons when introducing lists or when we're introducing explanations. So the first use of colons to consider is lists. Essentially, we use a colon to announce extra information. For example, I bought 3 items from the market, colon, eggs, jam, and cheese. Stephen has 4 children, colon, Mary, John, Rose, and David. You can see that each of these examples contain a statement and then a list of things related to that statement after a colon. Now let's see if you can add a colon in the correct place in the following sentence. We have offices in 3 places, London, Manchester, and Edinburgh. You can pause the video now to give you some time to do this. Okay, let's see where the colon should go. So the statement is, we have offices in 3 places, which is then followed by a list of places where the offices are located. Therefore, there needs to be a colon to introduce this list. We have offices in 3 places, colon, London, Manchester, and Edinburgh. You can also use a colon to introduce a list in the form of bullet points, which is probably its most common use. So for example, things to do, check email, meet with team, update calendar. You can see that the colon introduces the list, then each item in the list has a separate bullet point. Now let's see if you can add a colon in the correct place in the following sentence. Facilities at the hotel include a gym, sauna, and swimming pool. Again, you may need to rewrite this slightly to include bullet points. You can pause now to give you some time to do this. Okay, let's see where the colon should go. So the facilities at the hotel are listed as gym, sauna, and swimming pool. So these need to be introduced using a colon, as you can see in the example. Another use for colons when writing is to use them to introduce explanations. This method is less frequently used as there are many ways to introduce an explanation, but it's worth knowing how to use it correctly. So, you can use a colon to join 2 sentences together, but only when the second sentence explains something in the first. For example, Daniel isn't coming to the party, colon, he is away on business. As you can see, these would work as 2 separate sentences in their own right. However, as the second sentence further explains something from the first, we can use a colon to join them, much like a because. Now let's see if you can add a colon in the correct place in the following sentence. There will be an office bake sale. We're raising money for charity. You can pause now to give you some time. Okay, let's see where the colon should go. There will be an office bake sale, colon, we're raising money for charity. So you can see that there will be an office bake sale and we're raising money for charity would work as 2 independent sentences. Equally, these could easily be joined with a because or a colon, as the second sentence further explains the first. So now it's over to you. Let's see if you can put into practice what you've learned about colons and rewrite each of these lists as a full sentence that uses a colon. You may have to reword the start slightly to make it make sense. So we've got shopping list, eggs, sugar, flour, and milk. You will need a pen, a pencil, a ruler, and eraser. So remember, you may need to reword these slightly to make them into a full sentence using a colon. You can pause now to give you some time to do this. Okay, let's see how you got on. So here's one way you could have done it. There are 4 things on my shopping list, colon, eggs, sugar, flour, and milk. You could also have said, here is my shopping list, or on my shopping list there are. During the test, you will need a pen, pencil, ruler, and an eraser. Again, you could have simply begun this list with you will need, which would still have been fine. You can see that the colon goes before the list in each example. Now, here are some more examples for you to try. Rewrite these sentences to include a colon. Darius always takes the stairs. He is frightened of lifts. Kate carries a blue pen around the classroom. She needs to mark the children's work. You can pause now to rewrite these sentences to include a colon. Okay, let's see how you got on. Darius always takes the stairs, colon, he is frightened of lifts. So you can see in the first example that the first part is Darius always takes the stairs. This is because he is frightened of lifts. So we can use a colon here to join the 2 sentences, as the second sentence explains the first. This also goes for the second example. Kate carries a blue pen around the classroom, colon, she needs to mark the children's work. Kate carries a blue pen around the classroom because she needs to mark the children's work. So here we can use a colon to join the 2 parts of the sentence. So let's recap everything we've touched on in this video about colons. Colons can be used to introduce lists, including those with bullet points, and they can also be used to introduce explanations, where the second part of the sentence explains something from the first. Remember, this is a bit like a because. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and for more information and guidance on using punctuation, you can watch part 1 on commas or part 2 on inverted commas, apostrophes, and quotation marks as part of this learning criteria. Thank you for watching.